what are your best tips regarding how to overcome the days that are dark? My line in the sand is that there is nothing that I feel, nothing that I could tell myself or anyone could tell me that would stop me doing what I need to do to achieve my goals. I don't care if I feel paralyzed, if I feel sick, if I feel tired, if I feel sad, if I feel angry, it doesn't matter. So just get it done if you want to feel better. You can sit there and negotiate with yourself and take the piss out of yourself, but you're not doing yourself any favors. You got to have absolute non-negotiables where you don't even bother engaging in dialect with yourself. You just get the job done. You're a robot. You are programmed to get the job done at any cost. And welcome back to your mum's favorite channel on YouTube, Cult Strength, and I am back yet again to answer your questions and catch a filthy pump. So again, I'm going to train arms and shoulders today, and I put up a post on my YouTube last night saying, hey, you got questions? Put them in the comments. So I'm going to work my way through your questions today. Hopefully I can help you out. I have some good questions as always, and I'll answer as many as I can. Now, what are we going to start with today? We're going to start with some triceps today. We're going to do one of my favorite little tricep supersets, working all heads of the triceps. So it's a good way to start. We'll superset that. We'll pair that with some shoulder work, and we're going to go back and forth between some triceps, biceps, and shoulders. It's going to be a good day. We'll get started with a set now, and we'll get talking after. We've got plenty of time today, baby. Oh yeah, we do. Keep in mind, guys, also on my website, I have all my programs for sale. We have the Deadlift Destroyer, we have the Bench Press Behemoth, and we have the old Barbarian Bench Press program as well. Now I have a squat program coming very soon, as well as a 3-lift program. And of course, if you watched last night's nutrition video, we are dropping a Nutrition 101 Need to Know ebook, so that you have all your training covered and also your nutrition, because you can do all the training you want, but if you have no idea how to properly eat, for your goals, you're going to get a little stuck. Now just quickly, first set, overhand. This set, same thing but underhand, and we're going to be hitting more up here in the tricep right opposed to down here, so we want to make sure we're hitting all 3 heads of the triceps. This is an excellent little way to do that. A little bit lighter for this one though. It's a little more difficult. Oh yeah, baby. Also, one more really exciting thing. On the 13th of July, here at Temple, we are holding a bench press only competition. Now, it is called Bragging Rights. Why is that? Because a lot of people like to talk about how cool they are and how much they bench, or they know someone who benches this much. Well, put your money where your mouth is. You know what I'm saying? It is going to be the biggest bench press on the Central Coast, so we can put that to rest. Will I compete in it? Do I live on the Central Coast? Absolutely I do. It's a sanctioned competition, powerlifting rules. It's going to be a big one. But let's answer a question, and we'll walk over and do some shoulders. Now, first question of the day. Drawrid CZ asks, 3 days a week split build for powerlifting. How would you do it? And don't forget, my mum's always watching. Well, sir, a 3-day split. If I had 3 days to get my training in, let's say Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, I'd do a squat day, a bunch of leg press, quadricep dominant day. My secondary day, pressing, upper body, back, etc. And on my third day, a deadlift day. Now, ideally, we want to bench twice a week. So maybe you could get a little bit of bench volume in, maybe after your squat or after your deadlift. So you can still get 2 days of benching in a week, which I think is important. I don't think once is enough. So if that's what I had 3 days, I would definitely go squat dominant day, pressing day, deadlift day. But on one of those other days, I would also get a little bit of pressing in of some sort, some upper body work. We do need a bit of frequency. We'll start with some lateral raises, one of my favorites, and we'll pair this with just a dumbbell curl. Ooh yeah. Yeah. And I have probably the most exciting announcement to make, and I'll make that very soon when I finish doing these, I think, because I need to have my breath back for that one, because it's exciting and you're going to need to sit down to hide your boner that you're going to get from the news, not from you passing out or anything. But yeah, you'll have an erection and people will be able to see it, and it could be awkward as well if your mum's watching. You said your mum's watching with you, so just be careful, bud. Ooh. All right. Now that's how I'm training arms today as well. So I have a loose structure, but this is a pretty open day for me. So I did tricep superset, cruise over, shoulders, biceps, I'll rest, and I'll repeat. It's good, it works. You get a really good pump and you maintain that pump throughout, biceps, triceps, and shoulders the entire session, instead of coming in and going triceps, 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 then you move on to your biceps, you get a bicep pump, but your tricep pump's gone. That's lame. All right, we'll take a sec and we'll talk about that exciting stuff. Yeah, boy. All right, gang, now just quickly before we get started on the next set and before I drop the really exciting news, content suggestion idea. Now, tomorrow I have a handful of my team, my powerlifting team, competing at the national qualifiers. And I was thinking about recording that day from the coach's POV, right, point of view. And you can see how I handle my team, how I'm coaching my team on meet day, and obviously how they're performing. So if you would like to see that kind of content for tomorrow, the competition is tomorrow and I will film it. But if I can get enough people, say they're interested, I'm gonna do it. It'll be a big job, but we can get that done. Now, I'll answer one question and then we'll do this. Oh, bro, what an easy question this is. Alex PFS1 asks, what would your last meal be if you could choose? Well, my friend. He
hasn't been following you for long, has he?
Your mother isn't safe. You know what I'm saying? I'm a bit of you call me a MILF hunter. Oosh, like the mums. And if I could pick my last meal, well, a spicy mum. You know what I'm saying? You'll know what I'm saying. Don't take it personal. Like if your mum's, a bit of a hottie, well, why not, right? It is what it is. That would be my last meal, but no. I mean, if we're talking food, man, there's a Mexican place near me, and it does the best food I've ever tasted. So if we're talking food, it's got to be that, because that's the nicest food I've ever tasted. But that wouldn't be my number one choice per se. Oosh. Mums for the win. What am I doing? Turn your hands around, you knobhead. Thinking about fucking mums. I mean, not fucking mums, but I'm thinking about mums. Not literally. Oh, golly gosh. Come on. Yeah. Oosh. Yeah. Big triceps. Big bench press, baby. Oh, you want it. Oh, you fucking dirty dog. All right, now it's time for the exciting news. We'll walk over here. All right. Dum-da-da-dum. So, I'm releasing wrist wraps and straps. I've ordered them. They are in production right now. The wrist wraps are 36-inch wrist wraps, the same that I use in all of my training videos. 2 colors, all black, because obviously, and surprisingly, all white. Why white, you ask? I've had white wraps before. They were my favorite looking wrap. The wraps themselves were shit, but they looked unreal. So I've had the wraps that I like made white. Now, think of this. Blood, sweat, tears, shit, piss, whatever, right? All the stress you go through in training, all the pain, all the suffering, you wear it, right? You wear it on your equipment, your wraps. They get filthy. They get covered in a bit of blood and whatever else, right? That is the accumulation of your hard work, of your suffering, of your desire to reach your goals. And I like that. It's like the old school, hardcore fucking powerlifters. All their wraps were like white bandages and they were disgusting, but that's what they were. They were the bandages of the gods of power, and I dig that. So yeah, I've got those two different colors of wrist wraps dropping, and they will be called the God Killers. There will be knee wraps coming as well, a little bit down the track, but we're starting with that and figure 6 lifting straps. Now they'll be limited to 50 pairs each for the first drop. They're gonna go live in a couple of days, so if you really wanna get a pair, get them when they go up. They'll be here, I would like to say around a month or so, and they'll ship out immediately, but if you wanna pre-order your pair to make sure you get them, well, you do have to do that because they're gonna go very quickly, but I will be ordering more once they sell out. Plus we'll start doing things like sleeves, cult strength belts, and knee wraps, of course. Whew, let's go. Bit heavier for the second set, but that's fucking exciting, guys. I've been working on this for a little while, and we've found the right stuff, and I'm very excited to give you these products. And of course, with the price, I will be as competitive as possible with the market, keeping in mind though, what I'm selling is good. So it's not gonna be cheap rubbish, it's gonna be good. Oof. You know, powerlifting equipment is made to be abused. It is what it is, right? This is abuse of our own fucking bodies. Ooh. And also love of our own bodies at the same time. Ugh. Right now I hate myself. Oh fuck. Yeah. Goodness gracious me. We'll take a minute. I'm gonna answer a couple more questions. We'll do 2 questions next, and then we'll do a new round of exercises. I like it. Whew. All right, baby. Let's do a question before we do our next set. Now, Christian Borch Grev Inc. 5500. You fucking make it hard for me, Jesus Christ. You mention often the topic of mental health. What are your best tips regarding how to overcome the days that are dark? Well, bro, I don't know, man. Like, I talk about it, but I also talk about the stark reality of what it is, right? And that is that it's not easy, and no matter what tips anyone gives you, it doesn't necessarily make it easier. It's like awareness of a condition that you have is great. Sometimes it can make it even harder because you start to realize, you know, where you're at. Now, the best advice I can give you would be this. Draw a line in the sand for yourself on non-negotiables. And when I say this, it's much easier said than done. You have to stick to them. You know what I mean? So my line in the sand is that there is fucking nothing that I feel, nothing that I could tell myself or anyone could tell me that would stop me doing what I need to do to achieve my goals. I don't care if I feel paralyzed, if I feel sick, if I feel tired, if I feel sad, if I feel angry. It doesn't matter. The job has to be done, and I know that. So I'll drag myself, I will put my fucking mask on for the day, okay, I'll go out into the world, and I'll be fucking, you know, I like to think of it as this. You gotta be a character sometimes, and you play the character, you play the role, okay, and that's, might seem a bit fucked up. But when you're dealing with, you know, some pretty rough mental health, not necessarily all the time, but even in phases, you have to have a plan, okay? Because some sort of fucking plan is better than no plan, because otherwise you're just gonna fall. So I picked my mask, I picked my character, and I go out in the world and I play that role. And when I get home or wherever I'm alone, then I'll feel how I wanna fucking feel, okay? But I'm not gonna show that to the world, because that's not who I am. I don't want sympathy. I just wanna get the fucking job done. And I also wanna use that as a stepping stone or a springboard to show others that they can do that as well. And it is hard, but it's fucking meant to be. Because it was fucking easy, everyone would be fucking happy doing exactly what they wanna do. And just remember, the shit you see on social media with all your favorite fucking influencers and their fake bullshit, that's what it is. It's fake bullshit. I am proud to say I keep it real. Half the fucking time I'm in the gym, it's a struggle. But I always feel better when I'm done. So, just fucking get it done if you want to feel better. You can sit there and negotiate with yourself and take the piss out of yourself, but you're not doing yourself any favors. You gotta have absolute non-negotiables where you don't even bother engaging in dialect with yourself. You just get the job done. You're a robot. You are programmed to get the job done at any cost. And that's the reality. So, do with that as you will. Let's go. Next question. Car Wash MK. He asks, what's the deal with smelling salts? I've never seen you use them. I see them used online all the time. Well, smelling salts, bro, it's a placebo effect for sure. If it works for you, it works for you. Now, the only time I would say it would make sense for me to use them or for someone to use them is when you're doing loads and loads of volume and sets. It can wake you up a little bit and bring you out of the slumber, but it doesn't make you stronger. Absolutely not. It's just a gimmick, and in my opinion, a true distraction from what you're trying to fucking do. Focus on your technique. Focus on your movement. You'll be better. And just quickly, pump cover, doom squat again. You might notice I like the jacket, right? So I'm gonna do more merch. More merch is coming. I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully that's not banging around too much. And also, I was thinking about doing compression as well and printing on the front. I'm thinking some big, brutal, black metal cult logo straight across the front, tapering down here, down the middle. I think that'll be the shit. What do you reckon? I'm gonna do some more lateral raises though. My favorite one for the shoulders. And for triceps, now something I don't do that often, but I really like, tricep dips, full tricep dips. My shoulder feels pretty good at the moment, so we'll give it a little spin. What else we got here? We'll do a set, and then we'll answer another one. Keep in mind, 140 kilo body weight, so it's not too bad. Ooh, easy peasy. We'll do a few sets of 10. We'll take a minute. We'll ask some more questions. Let's go. All right, gang, another question. Tommy Gifford asks, how long between deadlift sessions and how long between deadlift and squat sessions? And Slayer commented under that, I second this. So, good question. It's different for everyone. It's different for me than it will be for you. Now, the stronger you get, the less frequently you can lift heavy. And if you're lifting heavy all the time, as in your working sets are all, let's say, squat, deadlift, 300 kilos plus, it's different than someone whose max is 200. It's not really relative either. So it's not relative to your strength. The fact of the matter is there is more neural recruitment needed to lift heavier weights. Therefore, it's more taxing on the nervous system. So for me personally, when I'm getting towards competition and I'm peaking my squat and deadlift together, I will actually probably only, I'll deadlift on say a Monday. I won't squat until Friday. So almost 4 full days in between, it's a full week. And then I won't deadlift again till 4 or 5 days after that. So I'm not actually deadlifting once a week anymore. I'm now deadlifting once every 9 to 10 days, and I'm squatting every 9 to 10 days because I need that recovery between those sessions. And keeping in mind, even still, those sessions, aren't necessarily all heavy either, but they're heavy enough that I need at least 9 days to recover enough to go heavy again. And that's reality, where someone who, let's say, is squatting in the high 100s or 200 kilos, you can get away with squatting every week and you recover fine. You can deadlift every week as well. You could easily do squat Monday, deadlift Thursday, and keep that kind of pattern. But yeah, the stronger you get, the more time you need. So for example, I'm running the Deadlift Destroyer program now, 13-week deadlift building program. Now for you guys, most of you guys, that's a 13-week program. Now for me, I think differently. My perspective is different. Now we're told that a week is 7 days, whatever. My training week isn't really 7 days, and that will change. So for now, while it's light, yeah, I'll deadlift every 7 days. But I'm peaking for a 420 kilogram deadlift. So after week 5 or 6, I'll probably start doing a session every 9 to 10 days. It's still 13 sessions for me, but it might take me a little bit longer because I need to allow myself more time to peak and to recover. So yes, that's a technical answer and it's different for everybody, but I hope that helps. Most people can train a squat, a deadlift, and 2 bench press sessions in a week and recover just fine, provided that you're not overreaching on your RPE or going too crazy with your volume. Yeah. Fuck. This is my favorite shoulder exercise for shoulder growth that isn't a shoulder press. God damn. This shirt make me look fat or hot? I think I look pretty hot. Ask your mum. I'll ask you as well. Dude, it's not gay if you think I'm hot. It's like more straight to admit, that I'm hot, because it is what it is. It's heaps hetero. Alright, chat in a sec. I've got a few more questions, gang. Like this video, drop a comment and subscribe as always. Just do it. Alright, Gambit Queens, another regular here. Thank you, sir. What's your favorite and least favorite part of being a 140 kilogram unit? Well, my favorite part is mums love me. There's benefits to being a big, jacked, hairy, sex beast. It is what it is. I can move a lot of weight. People don't usually try and stop me. Actually, they don't really try and stop me unless it's online, because they're obviously, you know what I mean, soy boys, whatever you want to call it. Downside is sleep is difficult sometimes, especially put on weight in a short period of time. If I put on 4 or 5 kilos, even now, in a short period of time, sleep is difficult. and just moving around is a little more difficult. But if you look after your cardiovascular health and don't be a fat lazy piece of shit, it's really not that bad. I forget what it was like when I wasn't this big, and I've also felt a lot worse than I do right now, because I do take a lot better care of myself now than I did, you know, a few years ago. So more pros than cons, you know. It is what it is. Do what thou wilt. It's very easy to live by that when you're 140 kilos and 6'3", and couple that with serious anger issues, you have a perfect recipe for destruction and disaster. So you're welcome. If you ever need my services, they aren't cheap, but I do a good job. Whether it's, you know, construction or deconstruction of house or whatever it may be, use your imagination. And I can carry heavy groceries all in one trip. Oh yeah, the mums. Yeah, the mums. Oh! Somebody stop me. All right, guys, we'll go 2 more questions and we'll wrap it up. Also, I feel like I want to curl the 50 kilo dumbbells, 110 pounds each. We might do a few heavy hammer curls and get a little bit silly. Sounds good. Question. Wham Bomb 24. Hello, sir. It's one of my clients. I coach him. All right. Do you feel that there needs to be a level of emotional connection between yourself and training for strength? I'd be very interested in hearing your stance. Thank you. That's a good question. But again, I think everyone's different. Some people come to this, they find strength training through darkness, and it is an emotional outlet for them, and it is emotionally charged, which has its pros and cons. There are other people that probably have healthy brains and good mental health that find strength training for other reasons, and perhaps they're a little bit less emotional when it comes to lifting weights and their attachment to it. I definitely came into this sport not necessarily through a dark place. I was a very competitive person, but I am someone who does have my struggles. However, I'm not as much of an emotional lifter as I used to be, because I learned and grew to realize that being too emotional when you lift weights can be bad. It can be an extremely incredible tool to use at the right moments, but as a whole, we also need to take it for what it is, and it is exercise. It is good for us. It is good for our brains, and sometimes it's okay to not be emotionally connected to what you're doing and just to go through the process and enjoy it, right? So everyone's different, but if I'm being honest with you, you'll find most of the elite, the best of the best in whatever sport it is, they're emotionally attached to it. Because if you want to be the best, it becomes more than lifting weights. It becomes everything. So there's definitely a difference between your average Joe and someone who does this for real. You know what I'm saying? We'll finish with single arm triceps and heavy hammer curls. Let's go. Let's go. Do the hammer curls. We'll do one set with the 40s, 40 kilos. Warm it up a little bit, I guess. The last set we'll use the 50s. And again, this isn't about being super strict, but there is a time and a place and a purpose for lifting heavy when it comes to arms, right? And hey, right now, seems like the perfect fucking time and place. Let's go. Whew. 8 each arm, pretty easy. We'll go 50s next, and we'll do one more question. Let's go. All right, baby, we'll finish off with one more question. Just quickly, there are a lot of questions here about nutrition. And a lot of it's actually really basic stuff. And as I mentioned, there'll be a nutrition ebook coming out. So all of these questions I'm seeing here will be answered in this book, and you'll have that information to keep. So I think that'll be helpful for a lot of you guys, because I don't have obviously the time to go through all of the questions, but those questions in particular will be answered in those books. For the last one, Joe Derbyshire, how do you go about training and working around minor injuries and annoyances in, say, shoulders, forearms, knees, etc.? You come to the right person. Fucking tell you right now, man. For me, it's like at my level, there's always something going on. I haven't felt 100% healthy in years. There's some sort of pain or niggle, and at the end of the day, you have to find a way to either work around it. So if the pain is that bad you can't do the movement, find ways to train the similar muscle groups in ways that don't hurt, so you can maintain some sort of muscle mass there until you sort the injury out. Or simply understand that sometimes you're going to be in pain, and we don't want to go crazy, we don't want to push it too much, but there's a difference again between inflammation and injuries, etc. So you've also got to know what's what. If you're dealing with a muscle strain, well, that's going to require that you have some time off. Lifting, but in a sense it's going to hurt it because there's an injury there. But pain like inflammation, although it hurts, I deal with a lot of inflammation in my shoulders and my facet joint in my back. But it won't get worse per se. Although it's very painful to deal with, I have my own pain management, schedule, my own system that works for me, and that's all I can do. So it's up to the individual. What are you willing to go through to keep doing what you're doing, and how wise can you be and intuitive can you be in terms of working around it to achieve your goals still. But if you ever have trouble with that stuff, like I specialize in coaching athletes. Athletes get injuries, but they still have goals. So if you want to achieve something, you're unsure how, or you're working with injuries, I do know my way around rehabilitation as well. But right now, we've got these 50s, they're all the way over here. God damn. Toss them around. All right, 50 kilos, 110 pounds each. For some curls, baby. Let's go. My big yet? I think so. Anyway, that's fucking enough of that nonsense. I hope I answered your questions. If I didn't this time, try again next week. If you're a member on my YouTube and the membership tier, I'm guaranteed to answer your questions. So if you definitely want me to answer, you definitely want me to see it, feel free to become a member. And yeah, you're guaranteed a response, but I always do my best. I'm fucked after that. Maximal output. Also, got my Patreon. You can head there and subscribe for exclusive content, based around mental health, mindset, mentality. So very different content to what you see here. But yeah, thanks for watching. I I got a full day of eating and bench press on Sunday as well, so be ready for that. But until next time, you know what to do. Go to the fucking gym.